Alright, so like first, peep the fit. I mean, the drip is immaculate right now. Hang on, do the thing, do the thing. Oh my goodness, don't do it to him. Alright, so we had our NGS headline that tells us what we're going to be doing for the month of July. Ooh, I have Blizzardium in my my treasure shop. Yes, sir. Please give me this. Can I get more Blizzardium? More. Oh my goodness, the gods are on my side. I love you guys. Hey, how about one more? One more? Give me more Blizzardium. Hey, one. Oh my god, did I just get 4 for free? My goodness. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, 4 Blizzardium for free? I had to do nothing to get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, how many do I have now? I'm at 75. So I'm halfway to 150. I'm halfway to having enough Blizzardium for the Kaisar. Okay. I have not done my box breaking. I have not gone with the snowboard break boxes for like 26 hours to get your 150 Blizzardium. So I'm nowhere near close. But hey, I'm off to a good start today. Although today is maintenance day and I gotta make this video, so I can't really grind for Blizzardium all day anyway. So that's just gonna have to do for today. Back to the headline. We had the headline today for July, so we know what July is gonna be about. It's gonna be about the 10th anniversary event that's coming. The event's gonna go how the other events have gone. You get the event shop, you get obviously the redo of the map that is supposed to be decorated for the event. They made a big deal about there being fireworks on the map somewhere. Rappies, the big giant Empress, whatever they called it, Big Rappy, King Rappy, whatever you want to call it. They're bringing back the Matoi and the Dark Fowl's Persona costumes from the base PSO2 game and their NGS styles. And then there's going to be a limited time quest that is going to, if I'm not mistaken, combine all 3 regions into one quest. Supposed to be some Alio parts, some Retem parts, some Kvaris parts, and then a new enemy at the end, a new version of the Craig Bear, I think. They called it a Geo Bear, and it has like some AoE type attacks, so a couple of new attacks. And other than that, probably gonna have the same moveset as the Yeti and the Rock Bear, whatever you call the bear boss. After that, there was a lot of showing of the AC scratch tickets and the SG scratch tickets. Once again, Type 1 players don't get a lot of costumes and things to choose from, but there was one scratch ticket that I thought was kind of cool. The Peregrine scratch ticket, the costumes in there, the one costume for the Type 1 character, the one costume that I can actually use, it looked kind of cool. And then there was a cool idol in there. There's a cool glide animation in there. There's a couple of cool emotes. There was the weapon inspect emote that I thought looked kind of cool. So yeah, the Peregrine style AC scratch ticket might steal some money from my wallet. And then after that, the big thing was the reveal of the new class that is coming in August, the WAKER class, which is going to be the NGS version of the Summoner class. Now, not everyone likes it, which is not surprising because not everyone likes everything. There's always going to be 2 sides of the coin. There's always going to be the people who like something or people who dislike something, and there will always be complaints and arguments regarding that thing. That has been the case a lot already for this game, so it's nothing new, to be honest, to see the community kind of split on something. But yes, NGS is getting its version of the Summoner class, and rather than having pets like you had in base PSO2, you will have familiars. Now, I did not play a lot of base PSO2 because I got into the game right before NGS came out, like literally right before, like a month before. So for the most part, I didn't do a whole lot but play through the story. That's where I found out that I liked the Braver class because it has a katana, and katanas are cool. So yeah, no pets this time around. That is the #1 thing that people who like the Summoner class in base PSO2 do not like about the WAKER class. Now, I never saw the Summoner class or played it because I didn't play a lot of base PSO2, like I said. But from what I read and have heard from other people is that you leveled up your pets along with leveling up yourself, and each of these pets have their own abilities and, you know, strengths and weaknesses that you kind of use to kind of develop your playstyle with that class. Apparently you also like collected eggs, which I guess was what you hatched to get new animals or new pets to use in battle and things of that nature. For the most part, it sounded like you were like a Pokemon trainer, but like the ARCS version. And it wasn't for everyone. A lot of people said it was boring and just didn't require any kind of skill, or it was just easy. You kind of just sat back and let your pets attack things. But it also was the most unique of the classes. From what I've heard, it definitely sounds unique. It's nothing like any other class that's either in this game or the base PSO2 game. But that class is not coming here in that way because it's not even called Summoner, it's called WAKER. And the familiars in the WAKER class, one thing I noticed is that they have each of the colors of melee, range, and the technique like augments or whatever, just the kind of like the color scheme for those 3 skills. And they also mentioned that you can kind of build the class to play a certain way that fits your playstyle. So I assume with this class you kind of have the option to play, I guess, more of a melee, have like use your melee familiar more often, maybe strengthen your range familiar. Just kind of an option with which familiar you want to be, I guess, the most powerful. Or I assume you might be able to balance it out as well and just kind of be able to use them all, but they just won't be as strong, but you'll have, I guess, variety. From the sounds of things, it sounds like you can kind of have a unique way to play the class. Like there's numerous ways to play the one class. It could turn out to not be that way, but it feels like that's kind of what they're aiming for with this class, is having different play styles based on how you, I guess, whichever fits the way you want to play or fits your main class. If you want to use the WAKER as a subclass, maybe it can give you something you're missing or add on to things you already have with your class. Like if you're a melee kind of person, you can just continue to strengthen your melee by using the melee familiar. Or if you're a melee class and want to add some range to your class or add some techniques to your class, you can maybe use the more range and technique familiars. Now, I could be kind of assuming that wrong based on the information that was given and what we saw, but it just kind of seems like that's is kind of the direction they're going. If it is, I think that's cool. I think that's unique for this game because I don't think there's a class in this game that really gives you that kind of option, that kind of freedom to build the class into whatever playstyle you prefer. Either way, I think the WAKER class looks interesting. I will definitely play it when it comes out to try it out and see what it's hitting for. But for others, it was not their cup of tea, and it kind of solidified their stance of they're done with this game. And that's where this game is kind of at this point. A lot of players are starting to realize this game isn't what they wanted or what they expected when they start playing it, and they're starting to kind of just get off the bus. They don't like the destination you're headed to, so they're like, yeah, I want off. And you know, that's understandable. It happens. Not everyone's going to enjoy the game as it is. I certainly am not pleased with everything in this game. I kind of wish that some things were different. Mostly just the way they go about rare drops in this game. Second, mostly the fact that it's open world, open field, and like there's not a whole lot of incentive to actually do anything in the open world. Sure, they added snowboards. They're cool. They're cool. I do it. They are kind of fun to ride on. Pause, I think. Pause. Where I just saw a name that kind of stood out to me. I hate PSO2 NGS. See, so as you can see, there are people who are not happy. I'm not like happy. I'm also not like mad at the game. I'm just kind of neutral. Like, hey, yeah, I enjoy playing it, but there are things I wish were better. Also, the field races, like, I thought they would at least have like something interesting, like a reason for doing the field race outside of like, hey, you just want to have a really cool score and just brag to your friends that you ran faster than them, but you get nothing for it. I'm sure you probably get a title, but like, why do we put so much like incentive on getting titles? Like, it's just words. Like, why would I go through all the trouble of like just trying to unlock words? I don't really care that much about words. That's like the things I don't like. Like, why would I go through all the trouble of going through every race and getting a super high score for some words? Why would I go through the trouble of clearing every cocoon in every tower with the highest score possible for some words? I mean, yeah, they give you SG2, but like not like a whole bunch of it. It's like 5 every time you unlock a title. If you do like unlocking words, I'm not, I'm glad you enjoy it. I just personally think they can do something more interesting. I would like unique cosmetics, even if it is something that only is a cosmetic. I just would like something unique. Like, I don't even have titles on. I don't know what titles these guys are rocking. I don't know what they've done in this game. Like, I'm sorry, but the words don't do it for me. I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, a big appeal to this game is like just the customization system. It's really cool in this game. It's really good. Like, why not reward unique cosmetics, unique outfits, and things of that nature for getting and acquiring certain things in this game? That would make doing things in this game a lot more fun. Just doing that, simply doing that. Even if it was just a unique color variant of a weapon, well, yeah, that too, but an outfit that already exists in the game, I would take that over some words. I mean, they're already doing that in the seasonal events. I mean, the seasonal mission passes. Like, just add more color variants to costumes and I might care to do some of these things in the game. There's not a lot of incentive to exploring the entire map and doing things throughout the entire map and going to fight a certain amount of this enemy, that enemy. And like I said, I don't like the rare drop rate on these things. They shouldn't be this hard to get. I really just like the way they do the rare drops in this game. It's just like, because here's the thing, like it's really hard to get the weapon, whether it is the like no fixa, no preset skill version, or the max fixa, max preset skill version. It's hard to get either or. In my opinion, I don't mind the really good weapons being rare. I mean, not rare to the point where you can barely get them, but like I don't mind it being rare if it like has like preset skills on it, because at that point like it comes to you without doing anything to it stronger than the other versions. But when it's the regular version and it's so hard to get, it's like why? Like why would a no preset, like nothing added to it version, no color variant, no nothing, just the regular base version of the weapon be this hard to get when there's nothing special going on? When on top of that, it's already hard to get the augments you want, like the grind for that, it takes a long time. Like you can get a rugged, but a rugged with preset skills is gonna be better than the regular rugged. So like it's just like, it just defeats the purpose of having it be so hard to get when it might not even be that good. Well, not like that good, but it's not the best version of the thing you can get. I'm kind of rambling, but like in my opinion, the fixa, that like the higher the fixa, the more rare the weapon is. Not like the base version of the weapon, regardless of the fixa, it's really hard to get. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. Because if it's not like that, it's like, okay, look, yeah, here, look, this weapon is good, but the really good version of this weapon is rare to get. And unless you have a max fixa, you know, weapon, like you're gonna keep grinding for it, because whether you have the weapon or not, if you don't have the max version, the max preset skill version of it, then you still have something to grind for when it comes to that weapon. But having the weapon can help you fight enemies easier and help, you know, kind of just make the grind of getting that weapon a little bit easier. Like it accomplishes both. Like you get to make good weapons rare, and you also get to make it so that people can get their hands on the weapon. But yeah, there's people like me who just enjoy the game but wish that some of the systems that are put in place were a little bit different, were a little bit more fun to go through. And then there's others who do not like anything about this game, do not like the direction that all this game is headed in, and just are kind of done with it. Which, you know, it's understandable. I'm not going to tell people that they're overreacting or that they just are being picky, because everyone is, you know, has their own opinion. But at the same time, I wouldn't say this game is like dead in the water or just no fun to play at all or just not enjoyable. I like to be more positive than negative, so when there's a game that has, or anything that has some enjoyable features, I try to focus on those and not the negative parts of the game. Some things you can avoid, some things are just going to annoy you no matter how you try to look at it, but I mean, this game is still, and at least for me, very fun to play. I'm not going to stop playing it. I'm definitely having enough fun with it to keep going. See if I'm lucky. Do I get a rugged today? Is today rugged day? Maybe even a rocks. I'll take a rock so I can sell it for some money. Let's see what I got. What I got. All right, S Frank, yes. Okay, I just need, let me get a little GG in the chat for some. Okay, nope, more resurgers. I only got 2 resurgers this time instead of 10. Anyway, yeah, real drop rates. But yes, we're at the point where we kind of know what kind of game NGS is going to be, and people can make their decision from there if this is something they want to keep playing or they want to move on to a different game whenever a better game comes out, or just right now because they don't enjoy it at all. I think in the way that the Kaiser and the way these drops are being released, it's clear that the dev team wanted it to take some time to get the stronger items in the game. But like I said, I feel like that's their way to make you play the game more, rather than adding interesting things to do to make you play the game more. They're just making it so you have to play for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, for days, for weeks, for months to get the items you want, rather than giving you interesting things to do to maybe upgrade those items you want, or to acquire items that are just, you just kind of want to have. Everything is kind of based on RNG, and there is no like progression. And right now, the one thing that does have progression, which is the Kaiser weapon, has, you know, a mineral that is based on RNG at the moment. At least if you were trying to get the weapon faster than everybody else, and there's a lot of RNG involved. But I think what they had in mind was that you would have to, I guess, consistently play and grind for some weeks to maybe a month, and then everyone will gradually get their Kaisers at the same time. Like, you don't need the Kaiser weapon right now. There's nothing that requires you to have a Kaiser to beat it. The Shadow's good enough, the Evola Clips is good enough, the Rocks is good enough. You don't really need a Rugged or a Kaiser right now. I think those were meant to be something that you would get a lot later, so you have, I guess, reasons to keep playing until you get those weapons. So I get that. I understand that. I understand that design, that idea. Like, it makes sense in theory, but it's just the things to do in between that. It's just, you wish there was some variety there. That's just kind of what I'm talking about. Or maybe just some items that you didn't necessarily need to enjoy the game, but you can go after. Like I said, with the titles. Rather than having titles, why not unique cosmetics for doing certain things in the game that other people aren't doing? Unique color variants you can add to your weapons, you know, unique just, you know, items to use for costumes, or maybe just anything cosmetic wise, accessories. Maybe you just get a really cool aura if you like just a little aura around your character. If you do a certain just, I guess, side title, whatever you do to get titles, you just do those things and you get unique items. I have not been fighting too many ancients. How many little cubes do I have? Yeah, I got work to do on the icicle cubes, but I have like, I'm halfway on the icicle orbs, and I'm halfway on the Blizzardium. So like you're making progress. It's just like a little slower than you might like. The hardest part is getting the Rocks weapon and getting the Blizzardium, because both of those are behind RNG, which is, I guess, like RNG when it's done to this degree, just starts to make it a little more tedious and not fun. Oh, that man got a Rocks Knuckles. Good job for him. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe if I fought down here, I'd get more Rocks weapons. I mean, they did make the Gorge a harder fighting area on purpose. Maybe it's because there are more higher rare drop chance down here. I'm probably lying to myself. It's probably copium. Hey, a man can dream, all right? Leave me alone. I need to finish this up now. Okay, WAKER class. Looked interesting. I'm gonna try it. This game, I don't think, isn't as bad as people make it seem. It also isn't deserving of the title of like really good. It's like it's a decent game. I think it's for some people and not for others. People said PSO2 took a while to get to where it got. Obviously, global players who didn't go try to play on the Japan servers got a game that was basically completed when they got it versus playing it through its development pretty much. That's more so the issue with games these days. It's like it's a live service and it's not exactly a finished product when it comes out. A lot of the things that you want you have to wait for to come in rather than having it already when the game comes out. But I still think the game is fun. The WAKER class looks like it could be fun. I might be in the minority saying that, but looks like it could be fun. I think this game is better than it gets credit for, but also definitely has some work to do. But still, Sega, please, we gotta do something about these rare drop rates.